It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Welcome to the Forum. I'm Mike KOERNER and this week's guest, Duane Shepard. Again, I'm in for Gary Shorman this week. Duane is with the Fort Hays State University shooting team. And we've had you on before, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
And you talked about this whole program, the shooting program at Fort Hays State University. Now, you were kind of the originator of it. You kind of helped the students get that thing started. But I wanted, before we get into that, you teach a lot of other classes at Fort Hays, don't you?
Yes, I'm a professor at Fort Hays. I'm in the Department of Health and Human Performance. I teach classes like the intro classes, adapted PE. I teach graduate motor behavior concepts, a variety of classes. I even teach dance, and we have a shooting program now. So I teach shooting classes.
So the shooting program, let's talk about how that whole thing came about at Fort Hays, because there wasn't a program before you kind of helped put it together.
There wasn't, no. In 2005, some incoming freshmen had got with some of the people at the Hays City Sportsman's Club and had inquired about starting a shooting team. And my name came up, I was approached. We went from there, wrote a constitution, applied for student association status. And it's just ballooned from that point. Are
there a lot of other universities within Fort Hays's NIA or the in the other Fort Hays, I guess, circuit? Are there other teams that are doing it too, or other schools, I mean?
Yes. When we started, the first year we went to the national tournament, I think there were 32 schools. Now in 2016, there were I think almost 90 participating schools. So shotgun sports has grown exponentially.
And so do you go out and practice like a lot of other teams, like every day, like other sporting teams?
It isn't every day. We practice on Tuesday and Thursdays and then some weekends. But we travel extensively during the school year. So we've been traveling and going, participating and competing since 1st of September.
How many students are on the team?
27 this year.
And does it fluctuate quite a bit, up and down?
It hasn't fluctuated much the last few years. There's been a steady increase as time went on. We started out with 6, of course. And then over the last 5 or 6 years, 2 or 3 a year we've increased up until the point where we're now 27.
Do your teams, what is a season for a shooting team? I mean, from what month to what month? Like basketball, you're kind of during the winter months. Football, you're in the fall months. When do you typically do the shooting sports?
Well, it has grown also. So actually we are a year-round program now.
Really?
We start in the fall, of course, when the students get here for the summer break, from summer break. We start practicing, and we'll finish up this weekend. The varsity team will go to Taylor, Arkansas, and shoot Olympic events and regular American events. And then we're done for this semester, and then we'll start again the beginning of school. I think we're slated to go to Tucson and shoot another super shoot in January.
Wow. So you are a bus driver, aren't you?
I am. Travel agent. That's my new calling.
Do it
Travel
all.
Agent.
The 8th Annual Prairie Circuit Classic 5-State Conference. Fort Hays participated in that. We've got one of your students. We're going to talk to her in the second half of the show. But what exactly is that? That
started about 9 years ago. There wasn't or isn't a conference type of designation. But how this originated was that there was a group of schools in that 5-state area that we would go to theirs, they would come to ours, back and forth. And so I had an idea that let's just put together a little conference type of thing and our 5 states just participate. And so it's grown really nicely. I think we had, 13 schools.
And do they move it around? Do you move it around?
Not right at the moment. It started in North Platte, and we decided, I made the decision to stay there simply because of the support that group had given us throughout the years. Very good. We may have to someday because of the size it's getting.
Well, glad that you started up a program and helped those students out. I know they're pretty excited about it. They love it. And in the second half of the show, we're going to get a student perspective. How about that?
That'll be fine.
We're going to talk to Heather Gordon the second half of the show. Again, you're watching The Forum. I'm Mike KOERNER in for Gary Shorman. The Forum brought to you by Hays Med.
Hayes Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hayes Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hayes Med, helping people be healthy.
Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business. Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Hi everyone, this is Gerard Welbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. We record it over the noon hours, Mondays at Old Chicago, north of the interstate in Hayes, and play back at 6 o'clock Monday nights on Tiger Radio Mix 103. You can also catch it on Eagle TV's channel 14 and 614, Tuesday and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., and always on HaysPost.com. So join us for Tiger Talk over the noon hour Mondays at Old Chicago.
Welcome back to the forum. I'm Mike KOERNER in for Gary Shoreham this week. By the way, if you've got some show ideas or guest ideas, he would love to hear from you. It's gary.shoreham@eaglecom.net. This week we've had a couple of guests. We're talking about the shooting team at Fort Hays State University. We had Duane Shepard on first. Second half, we've got Heather Gordon. She is a student shooter, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the student perspective. How did you become involved in the shooting sports? Did you start this as a young lad?
I did. I started shotgun sports competing when I was 8 years old. I was actually competing with 22s when I was 6, but then I kind of outgrew that and wanted something a little more fun, so my dad started me on a shotgun, and it's only grown since then.
You know, I guess a lot of people would say, well, a lot of people are into shooting sports or from rural areas and stuff like that, but going to your background, you're not from a rural area. You came here from a larger city on the West Coast, right?
I was actually from a small border town south of San Diego.
Oh, okay.
So I had best of both worlds growing up. I did have more inner city experiences than probably some of these people, but I've had both of them.
So from the San Diego area, and so what brought you to Fort Hays State University? How did it become something on your radar?
The shotgun team, for sure. I did not want to stop this anytime soon. There's people of all ages out there shooting trap and skeet and sporting clays, so I wanted to do it as long as I can. It is a lifetime sport, and also for the nursing program with Fort Hays.
Oh, very good. So there was something else. So both of them kind of drew you here.
Yes.
So you're at Fort Hays. What year are you now?
I'm a junior.
A junior. Let's talk about the program a little bit, shooting team. Have you participated all 3 years?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and then you just finished recently with the, I'm going to make sure I get this right, the 8th Annual Prairie Circuit Classic 5-State, and weren't you guys national champions?
Yes, we were. We just arrived back, I believe, 2 weeks ago now from Marengo, Ohio as first place in the entire competition, no matter the divisions or anything. We took first in every event. That's
pretty big, isn't it?
Yep.
You guys pretty excited, even shed tears all that.
Not personally, but maybe a few.
So that works out pretty well for Fort Hays State University and really lets people know them on the radar.
Yes.
And then shooting sports, let's get to know it a little bit. Is there in college a female-male version, or do you participate as a team?
We do participate as a team overall, but we do have individual awards in most of the competitions. So at nationals, one of my teammates, Austin Svoboda, got HOA male. I got HOA female for nationals.
Wow.
And at the Prairie Circuit, he tied for HOA male, and I got HOA female as well.
Very good. So do you practice a lot? I mean, do you do this every day?
We do twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for about 3 hours or so, maybe a little less, especially on conditions like this
We
today.
know that as a team you probably do, but do you go out and practice on your own too? Because I mean, being very good as you are, getting qualifications like that. So do you go out and practice by yourself or with other friends?
I have before, definitely with teammates. I mean, our team is like a family. We're always together, so All of us are very good friends, so if we don't have practice here one week, we may drive to Salina to gypsum. We have a great range out there that supports us very well, and then most of them are from Nebraska, so they'll go back up to Grand Island or other places to shoot there.
And where do you practice here in Hayes?
The Hayes City Sportsman Club.
So you've really enjoyed your time doing this, and you've got your junior year here and then senior year. Do you want to continue? Can you do this as postgraduate? Can you stay on the team?
Yes, we actually have 6 years of shooting eligibility. I know we have 2 people that this is their 6th year at Fort Hayes, and we have a few others that this is their 5th year, and I will probably stay here for a little longer than 4 years, write it out a little longer.
I had that feeling. So now that you are officially a team member and you guys are doing really well, when's the next competition?
We take off actually tomorrow for Tiller, Arkansas for a big super shoot. Hopefully we have good weather out there, but we'll be out there competing for 4 days, and the travel takes a little while. So.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming in and giving your perspective, okay? So again, that's Heather Gordon, student shooter, Fort Hays State University shooting team. We also had Duane Shepard on the first half of the show. Again, this is The Forum. I'm Mike KOERNER in for Gary Shorman. The show brought to you by Hayes Med. Thanks for joining us.